You know, when you're a street sweeper and a Scientologist, you have to influence your zone. Just like a housewife has her children, their school, and her world, and a corporate executive has his sphere of influence. It's their job to inject LRH technology into their world, and they have to live with that when their head hits the pillow. But what happens if your sphere is larger than the street sweeper, the housewife, or the corporate exec? What happens if your stage is in epic scale of this entire planet?
January 15, 2008, an internal Scientology award ceremony video is leaked onto Gawker.com and it instantly goes viral.
Being a Scientologist, when you drive past an accident, it's not like anyone else. As you drive past, you know you have to do something about it because you know you're the only one that can really help. I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something you have to earn, because a Scientologist does. It's you, it's everyone out there looking at what needs to be done and saying, okay, am I going to do it, or am I not going to do it? Period. It's rough and tumble, and it's wild and willy, and it's a blast. It's a blast. You're either helping and contributing to everything you can, or you're not, okay? Because I'm carrying my load. And as much as I'm carrying, I still feel as if I have more to do. There's nothing part of the way for me.
He is a Class 4 OT7 Platinum Meritorious, and now the winner of the IAS Freedom Medal of Valor, Tom Cruise!
Medal. David, I've never met anyone more competent, more intelligent, more compassionate, and I've met the leaders of leaders, okay? I've met them all, so I say to you, thank you very much.
Let's ensure a new beginning for every being on Earth! Woo!
Katie?
Hey, how'd it go?
I got the medal. I reached IoT. I'm clear, I'm clear.
Sorry I couldn't be there.
Yeah, David kept asking about you. You used to come to church like 3 or 4 times a week.
I'm studying in New York. Right now, in fact.
That's not what the staff of Scientologists I hired to help run the house told me in daily reports.
I am watching reruns of Dawson's.
It's okay. Look, I know the play's been getting some rough reviews.
How do you know that? We haven't even opened.
Look, it's hard to transfer that doe-eyed, small-screen persona into film. Moving into theater's a good idea, but if it doesn't work, just do something that requires less skill.
Like what?
I don't know, you could start a fashion line.
Look, I know you're really into this whole Scientology thing.
I am focused and uncompromised.
Look, just don't get Surrey involved, okay?
What do you mean? I am focused and uncompromising.
I just don't want her to end up on a boat somewhere and die because she can't get medication or something.
Medication? Why would she need medication? I hate that word.
You know, just forget about it. The play opens tomorrow and I need to get off book.
You open tomorrow? You don't even know your lines yet?
I'm using LRH study tech. With it I can do anything.
Yes. Yes, you can.
With her Broadway reviews for All My Sons in the Tank, in September of 2009, Katie Holmes partners with celebrity stylist Jean Yang to launch the upscale fashion line Holmes and Yang.
All of Holmes and Yang's offerings are of heritage quality.
And are proudly made right here in the USA.
They're also 30% off at Barney's right now. September 21st, 2009, Surrey is photographed by the paparazzi wearing high heels.
They were wedges, not heels.
Back on August 14, 2008, Tropic Thunder is released, in which Cruise wears heavy makeup and a fat suit to portray Les Grossman, an obnoxious, hip-hop-loving studio executive. The performance earns positive reviews for Cruise and is seen as a step towards improving his badly damaged public image.
This is Les Grossman. Who is this?
This is Flaming Dragon!
Oh, okay, Flaming Dragon fuckface. First, I want you to take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! I'm talking scorched earth, motherfucker. I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
The character was so popular that on June 22nd, 2010, MTV had Les Grossman fictitiously produce their MTV Movie Awards. Cruz did comical bits throughout and then wowed audiences in an elaborate dance with Jennifer Lopez.
Hands up! Hands up! There's another one. Why you all in my ear? I'm talking a whole bunch of shit that I ain't trying to hear. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. Get back, motherfucker, you don't know me like that. I ain't playing around. Make one buck move.
Backstage at MTV.
Oh my God, Tom, you were amazing.
Thanks. That was fun.
I'm so glad to see you cutting loose. You see, it's not lowbrow to have fun with teens.
You're right. Katie, I'm sorry I've been so controlling.
I ran into James Vanderbeek backstage.
Oh, how's the beak?
Good, he says. They're getting the cast back together and might do a Dawson's Creek reunion movie. Wouldn't that be cool? Tom, I said, wouldn't that be cool?
Absolutely not.
What?
Under no circumstances. You're better than that, Katie. That is below you.
Michelle Williams even said she'd do it. She's doing better than me because Heath Ledger never controlled her.
Look, I love you, okay? I know this business better than anyone. A move like that, soon you'll be doing Dancing with the Stars.
Just want to do something fun, you know, like go to a modern art museum or have ice cream at an old parlor.
Let's go rock climbing. Or ride motorcycles, or fly in a plane with David. Come on, I am the pilot, remember?
I remember.
By 2012, Katie Holmes had drifted even further from the Church of Scientology.
What's the password?
Star Shooter.
Enter.
David, I was in the middle of a deep auditing session.
Tom, I am concerned about Katie. She hasn't been to church in months. She hasn't spoken publicly about her faith, and she hasn't even given us a bunch of money in a while.
David, she's committed to outrage and keeping Scientology working. All right, she's just focused right now on her fashion and theater stuff.
She didn't do any press with you for Rock of Ages. She didn't go along for your Friars Club's Entertainment Icon Award.
She had an ice skating thing in China.
An ice skating thing. Listen to yourself. You're delusional.
No, I am not. I am focused and uncompromised.
Okay, well, I just don't like this one bit. You two haven't been photographed together in months. That is a red flag. This is how it happens. This is how it happened with Nicole.
Okay, Katie just wants some space to be her own woman, David. Come on, didn't you say so yourself she was the one?
I did. I guess I just get worried.
Worried about what?
I don't know to the fact that I'll get in trouble.
In trouble for what?
Embezzling or tax fraud or battery assault, human trafficking, accessory murder, practicing medicine without a license in the state of California.
All right. Jesus, David. Have faith in the tech. We're gonna reach deadline. Earth.
Hey, remember that time when you were married to Nicole and you told me it was always your dream to make love in a field of flowers, so I surprised you by having all those Sea Org members at that field of lilies down at the gold base. You guys made love in that field.
Yeah. That was awesome, David.
I was watching you. From the window upstairs.
Why?
You're just so cool. I wish that I could be you.
Yeah, but you're you, David.
But you're better.
Despite protests from Katie Holmes, Tom Cruise enrolls Surrey at a Scientology-based school in Santa Monica, California.
Tom, there are great schools in New York.
She needs tech, Katie. They don't teach anything of value in public schools.
I just don't want Surrey to become some...
So what?
Nothing.
You don't want her to discover her full potential as a spiritual being?
Wires, Tom. Snipped, wired.
Where did you hear that?
Just, can we look at Montessori?
Suri, have you ever decided you didn't like some member of your family?
No.
Have you ever taken something belonging to someone else and never given it back?
No.
Have you ever decided you didn't like some member of your family?
No.
Have you ever pretended to be sick or ill?
No.
Have you ever hurt yourself or made yourself sick to make somebody else sorry?
No.
Would you like me to get you a shorter stool?
Out of desperation, Katie Holmes calls Nicole Kidman in Australia.
This is Nicole Kidman in Australia. Nicole, it's Katie.
Katy Perry.
No, Katie Holmes.
What's this about?
How are your babies? Your new children?
You have to do it. You have to leave him. He's wonderful and lovely and kind, but you have to leave him or it'll be over for your child.
How do I get out?
Think of it like escaping prison. Get new phones, new numbers, use different bank accounts, whatever it takes. And you have to strike swiftly. You can't do what I did and mull it over or you'll lose everything.
I'm scared.
I already lost Connor and Isabella.
I know.
And do they call you Mom?
They do, they do.
And I'm an SP to them, aren't I? A suppressive person?
You are.
Well, I hope you can get out before your child calls you an SP. Oh.
Katie Holmes reportedly planned a strategic breakaway from Tom Cruise. She fired his adopted daughter, Isabella, from her fashion line, hired a new security detail, and consulted with her father as an attorney.
Get an apartment in New York. They'll look more favorably at the prenup and custody of Surrey. You have to tell them today, Katie.
There are cars outside. They're listening in.
Use an alternate number. This phone's unsafe. Burn it!
On June 29th, 2012, 33-year-old American actress Katie Holmes files for divorce from 50-year-old American actor Tom Cruise. This would be her first divorce, and the third for him. Tom Cruise was on the set of the film Oblivion in Iceland when he received her call.
All right, let's do one more take. I don't need a stunt double, okay? I got this one. What?
Phone call from Katie.
Did you take a message?
It sounds great.
Like film grave or TV grave?
Like theater grave.
Ooh. Please. Hey, babe, what's up?
Tom, I'm divorcing you.
What? Why?
All further contact will be between our attorneys.
Yeah, but...
I'm completely blindsided!
News covered the event following narrative that Tom Cruise was completely blindsided. Katie Holmes once again became America's sweetheart who escaped with her daughter from the clutches of an evil empire.
She is over! Destroy her! She funked with the wrong 20th century religious sect! And I also am completely blindsided!
Burt Fields claimed that Katie Holmes was just playing the press and that Tom only wanted the best for his daughter.
We're letting the other side play the press and then we'll have something to say. You know, it's not Tom's style to do this publicly. He's very upset about what's happening here.
And where will Tom file for divorce?
Tactically, I can't say where Tom will be filing for divorce or if he'll be seeking joint custody of Surrey.
We understand that Katie will be filing in New York seeking sole primary and legal custody.
We are in contact with Miss Holmes' attorney to privately sort out the matter. How you doing, Joe?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, Bert. Hey, do you want some champagne? I'm having champagne in a dive bar because I'm celebrating.
No, I'm okay. Just water for me. It's funny, huh?
How's that?
Two lawyers walking to a bar.
It's funny, one of those lawyers has a daughter, and that daughter is about to walk away from a spider web and take a lot of the eggs.
It's funny that Big Dick Bert Fields had to take a puddle jumper to Toledo to see me.
Yeah, you've really been playing the press. You must be busy.
No, just taking a break from editing Katie's tell-all book about your cock-sucking client.
Talk to your daughter, Joseph. I'm sure we can work out an amicable agreement for both her and Surrey's best interests.
Katie is getting full custody of that kid.
You gotta be kidding me, Joseph. You're in over your head.
Tell-all book. All right, secrets and details. She will bury Tom, and I will bury you, Bert Fields.
We can void the prenup and start over.
Bet you never saw this coming, huh? Bet you thought old small-town Joe was just gonna roll over. What do you think? I've been picking my dick in some barbershop the last 6 years? No. You will all see that Martin Joseph Holmes, attorney-at-law, ain't just some chicken coop operation, all right? I have unlimited funds from the Archdiocese of Toledo to bring down this whole bullshit Scientology cult of D-list actors. And you know what? You better tell that David Miscarriage to get on one of his baggy Gilligan's boats and head for open waters, because when I'm done with him, he'll be a wanted criminal. Hey, Bert. Bert! If Katie and Tom are the town of Mayberry, then what does that make you?
Sorry?
You're Gomer Pyle!
She wants Surrey, David.
What she got?
Everything. She's been building this whole time, collecting information. She can destroy everything we built.
I knew we should have gone with Jenna Elfman.
Well, we're going to go down, David.
No, we are not. You just give her whatever she wants, and you make sure she stays quiet.
Katie Holmes taking Surrey to the Brooklyn Zoo or getting laundry detergent at Whole Foods became acts of valor.
Katie Holmes and daughter Surrey celebrated the 4th of July with ice cream in New York, their new home.
Katie looked happy as she chatted with customers and staff while Surrey sat on her mom's lap, says an eyewitness at the ice cream shop.
Tom planned a massive 50th birthday party with Katie and Surrey in the Big Apple, but instead traveled very sadly back to Los Angeles and spent it with his teenage children, Connor and Isabella.
Katie became a feminist heroine.
Holmes, goddess of feminism, escaped slavery.
Mother of Earth, free at last.
The emancipation of Katie Cat.
The Katie Shank redemption.
Thank Tom Almighty, she's free at last.
Fuck you!
Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise finalized their divorce in a record 11 days. Their marriage contracts, orchestrated by Katie's father, filled 10 banker boxes.
Once again, Maureen Orth, special correspondent to Vanity Fair. Miss Orth gained notoriety in the mid-1990s for reporting on the second child molestation case against Michael Jackson.
To some extent, that's true. I was the first to bring up the whole Jesus juice thing, that he would drink out of orange soda cans so that everyone thought he was Peter Pan, and that he'd give sleeping pills to the cancer boy.
Some say that her reporting shaped the public perception of Michael Jackson. His fans say that she destroyed his career.
When you're that huge, like Michael Jackson or Tom Cruise or Madonna, you have all of this money. You surround yourself with yes men. You can do whatever you want to, and no one is going to tell you no.
You can molest little boys.
Or cover up the fact that you're gay.
Miss Orth's article in the October 2012 issue of Vanity Fair got a lot of heat from the Church of Scientology.
They hated it. It was all about this woman that came before Katie Holmes.
This is back when the church was auditioning actresses to be Tom Cruise's girlfriend.
Yes, they auditioned this one Scientologist actress. She was born in Iran, raised in London, and moved to Los Angeles to be an actress.
I wanted to be successful, so like many people, I became a Scientologist. The church contacted me before Katie Holmes. They said they had a top secret mission for me and I didn't know what it was. They said that I would meet the leaders of leaders and that I could help save the world. They made me leave my boyfriend and showed me the secrets in his auditing files. They made me dye my hair to appear more ethnic. They made me file down my teeth and remove my braces 6 months early. And then they flew me to New York City to meet Tom Cruise, and I found out that the mission was to be his wife. I had to sign all these confidentiality agreements.
But they still fell in love.
We fell in love, and I moved in with Tom. We went on holiday together in Telluride, Colorado, and David Miscavige was there with all of these other Scientologist officials, and somehow over dinner he felt that I offended him. And the next thing I knew, I was kicked out of Tom's house and sent to live in a Scientology center in Florida. I told one friend about everything, and as punishment, I had to clean out rubbish bins with a toothbrush.
They destroyed her life.
They destroyed my life.
And that is the kind of power that high-profile celebrities can wield over people. Michael Jackson destroyed the lives of the boys that he molested and their families. Tom Cruise destroyed Nazanin's and almost Katie's.
But Katie broke free.
Katie broke free. She saved Surrey, and she saved herself from becoming another broken woman. She is an American hero.
After a strange 7-year detour, Katie Holmes is finally living her dream life in New York City.
Yes, there she is in Central Park playing with her daughter.
Hey, Katie, it's your brother Marty. Dad sent me over some documents. Pretty ballsy stuff, sis. Way to go. David, knocking out Goliath.
Hey, Katie, it's Tamara. I'm so glad you left that monster. Call me. Let's reconnect.
Katie, it's Rebecca Gayheart. It's been, what, like 7 years? Anyway, I have HPV, but I miss you, and I can't wait to see you on Broadway.
Katie, Johnny Carabino, your next manager. If you're in need of representation again, I do stage 2, but I think some commercials could be good for you. You know, mom stuff. Anyway, let's see. Call me, because I can't spell brunch without you.
Katie, it's Josh Hartnett. Your dad keeps calling me. That's super weird. But anyways, I'm still in New York and I'm still horny. If you're whatever, call me. Oh, this is Josh Hartnett, by the way.
And where is Tom Cruise? He's just licking his wounds, right, with David Miscavige or something. Oh.
I was just gonna have him looking at headshots for a new girlfriend.
No.
No. That's not painful enough. I want to see Tom trying to see Surrey, but he can't because he ruined it. Hey!
Look, Katie, just let me up. Just let me see my daughter. Let me see Surrey.
Yeah, and that's what he deserves, to be alone. That's your show, that's it.
Well, just let me up. Just come on, we can make this work. We can make this work. Just let me see my daughter. I am a real person.
He's lying. Celebrities that listen to me. Celebrities are liars. They don't have any real feelings. Tom Cruise is not a man. He's a machine.
You know, they never convicted Michael Jackson of anything.
He paid people off.
His insurance company did the second time he went to trial. He was acquitted on 19 different charges.
What are you saying? Okay, we're talking about Tom Cruise here, okay? Tom Cruise never loved anyone or anything besides fame. Are you listening to me? He never loved Mimi Rogers. He never loved Penelope or Katie or Nicole.
I'm not saying that Tom Cruise can't love or hasn't loved. What about the phone call between Cruise and Kidman on the set of Practical Magic?
Oh, yeah, like the whole Benjamin Wallace piece in New York Magazine. Yeah, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to make it seem like Tom Cruise has feelings.
That's exactly what I'm doing. In 2001, Australian magazine New Idea published a transcript of a phone call between Cruise and Kidman. It was illegally intercepted by
Just
lawyers.
play the damn tape!
We're hanging on by a fucking thread, okay? You know it and I know it.
Look, Nick, I want this relationship, okay? And I've been making an effort too. I have been.
Tom, no you haven't.
What are you talking about? How much more of an effort do you want? Do you want me to fucking drive you to work every day?
Just look at your behavior.
Yeah, it's frustrating, Nick. That's why I'm yelling.
Have you done anything? Have you come out to the set once? Have you sent me a rose?
Have I sent you a rose? I came home with 2 roses. Did I have any flowers waiting for me when I came back from the set of Eyes Wide Shut? I was waiting here, okay? I had the candles lit. I had the bath ready for you.
I have a career that I work very, very hard at.
All right,
Okay,
Nick,
so
just listen to me.
I don't want to
Just
listen.
listen to me, Nick. Look, I miss you. I love you. I think about you all day long. You're a knucklehead. A knucklehead for thinking that I don't care, that I'm not loving. Look, I'm embarrassed that I was too tired last night, okay? I apologize.
But every night.
I'm a sweetheart. Why don't you just admit it? Just give in to it. Most of the time, I'm adorable. I'm absolutely adorable. know you're making a movie and you're just getting zeroed in here, but I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, okay, what are we trying to prove
That
here,
Tom
huh?
loved Nicole, that it was real.
It doesn't matter. Katie Holmes escaped what he became. A celebrity psycho controlled by the inanely preeminent Church of Scientology, and my article had dozens of reliable sources cited. Vanity Fair would take it to court.
I don't believe your stories anymore. I mean, dyeing your hair to be ethnic, teeth filed down, Jesus Jews, cancer boys, it's fantasy stuff. It's sexy reporting.
It's the truth. I won a National Magazine Award for excellence.
I won a trophy for Toastmasters in 6th grade.
There were contracts between Tom and Katie.
A contract always exists in a celebrity marriage to set out length of the marriage, finances, assets, money. I mean,
The church set up auditions.
you think Tom Cruise is going to meet a girl in a club or on fucking eHarmony? They were setups. They're just dates.
And what about the summoning of Scarlett Johansson?
He's the star of the Mission Impossible franchise. Is he going to be the first lead actor in history to be considering the lead actress for fuckability?
Okay, fine. What is your point?
I don't know! Maybe I wrote the wrong fucking play! Maybe it was Katie all along!
Oh, God. Oh, can we just go home? Oh, I mean, look at your actors. They're exhausted and your audience is starting to get bored.
What if Katie Holmes is the villain? Not Tom Cruise!
You have no evidence. You're grasping at straws.
Just hear me out. Play an upbeat song. We flash back to just after Dawson's Creek. Katie Holmes is nearly unemployable for movies.
What do you expect me to do, Dad?
Just do what every girl from Ohio does. Find a man that's better off than you and get knocked up.
All her teeny bopper relationships are for shit, right?
Yeah, but who?
What do you think? Tom Cruise!
He's out of my league, Dad.
Just plant the seed.
I mean, you think anything's possible. When I was a little girl, I thought I was going to marry Tom Cruise.
Give me a phone.
Yes, sir! Katie Holmes was expecting to make it big, like Nicole Kidman did, hoping to get that big bang for the buck from Tom Cruise, a nice guy, but also an idiot.
Yes.
Fuck you.
He wanted the love of his life, but she just wanted a boon for her career. But she didn't realize she was already miles ahead of where Nicole Kidman was when she married Cruise. Katie got $1 million for a small part in Batman Begins.
Katie,
So, what's the movie?
movie right now. Yeah, the movie. I love movies. Do you love movies, Katie?
I love movies.
How much?
A lot.
Okay, sign here and also there.
This is a really long contract, Mr. Holmes.
Trust me, it goes by really fast.
Dad, I'm pregnant.
The future of the family is secure!
But then Tom Cruise's Scientology story, this second narrative, starts to weigh down Katie Holmes' career.
Are we still talking about War of the Worlds here? What's going on?
You're missing the point. I just want to help people and children.
Der Spiegel, der Spiegel, der Spiegel.
I'm just saying, aren't there examples where it works?
Man, you don't even get lit. Katie, are you watching this?
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Unfortunate. He's gonna ruin everything.
For The Dark Knight, Katie Holmes gets passed over by Maggie Gyllenhaal to reprise her own role. She gets a Raspberry Award. Worst performance for Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler movie. Her Broadway reviews were shit. She wasn't following the rise of Nicole Kidman like she thought she would.
This is Nicole Kidman in Australia.
Nicole, it's Katie.
Katie Couric. No, Katie Holmes. Oh, are you calling me to see how you can win an Oscar?
Katie must have been reeling. I mean, look at Michelle Williams, another Dawson's Creek alum. Katie stars as Jackie Onassis in the Kennedys miniseries. It only appears on the Reels channel. That's Reels with a fucking Z. Meanwhile, Michelle Williams plays Marilyn, JFK's mistress, in her own indie movie. The bitch gets an Oscar nomination. Katie Holmes was going down to that B-level quick, and she had to flip the script with Tom Cruise, or she'd be stuck there forever.
Okay, I follow you. But what about the actual divorce? Katie had to be extremely covert because Scientologists were following
No, she knew
her.
you and the public would think that. Instead of hashing out the divorce with Tom Cruise, she phones him when he's in Iceland and won't reconsider.
Katie, you're being unreasonable.
Talk to my attorney.
Dad really hates me.
And she gives him no
She
explanation.
didn't need to give him an explanation.
All the highlights of the divorce story were sourced to press leaks from Holmes' own camp. Even false stories like Katie securing an apartment in New York without Tom Cruise's knowledge were uncorrected by her publicist. And those mysterious white SUVs supposedly following around New York City, they were Holmes' own new security detail.
Okay, sign here, baby.
Thanks, Dad.
And then she publicly registered with a Catholic church. Who registered gangsters with a church. You just go.
It's a billion years, right?
It goes by really fast.
She's writing and directing a movie about a struggling single mom. You want to talk about tabloids trafficking to brand a celebrity? Look no further.
Katie Holmes is an actress, not a celebrity. She was in Dead Accounts on Broadway.
She was rebuilding her public image. That's why movie actors go back to Broadway.
She is a dedicated mother to Surrey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot about Surrey. Baby Surrey. Surrey's a prop. She's an accessory to Katie. She's a big balloon.
Tom Cruise is a monster!
Tom Cruise is a nice guy! His attorney, listen to what his attorney said about him.
My wife Barbara and I sometimes take the people we know and place them into 3 different categories if they were historically transposed into the times of the Holocaust.
Seriously?
There are those that would hide them, there are those that wouldn't want to get involved, and there are those that would turn them in. Tom Cruise is
in the first
Of
category.
course he says that! That does nothing but cheaply bring up the Holocaust!
You do nothing but spread rumors and lies. You're trying to make a name for yourself by destroying the careers of people more successful than you.
You're trying to make a name for yourself by writing a play about famous people. You're trying to turn lowbrow non-fiction into highbrow theater.
You're a bitter owl! You killed Michael Jackson! Fuck you, you got me!
You fucking twat! You fucking fuck! Oh, you're losing your hair. You're losing your fucking Do you want the truth, huh? Do you want crazy? David Miscavige recorded all of Tom's auditing sessions. All of them. He would play them for people for his own amusement.
You often fantasize crude sexual thoughts.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I love threesomes. I love man just fucking hard. Like spitting on stuff, like butt stuff. I love just jizz, just covering everything.
Oh, can you believe this guy?
David,
What's the password, Tom?
show me the papers, David.
What paper?
L. Ron Hubbard's secret papers. I'm sick of this shit. That didn't reach clear.
Clear. Clear as heaven, Tom. It's Nirvana. It's Narnia. It's Candyland. It doesn't exist.
Show me the fucking papers, David.
All right, all right.
They're all just drawings of breasts and penises.
Dicks and boobs, Tom. Like L. Ron said himself, living is a pretty grim joke. But a joke just the same.
Did you hide cameras in my lips? Have you been recording me this whole time?
What if I was, Tom? What are you going to do about it?
I'll leave the church. I'm the king. You'll be nothing without me, David.
You'll do nothing without me, Tom. I've got 25 years of your audits recorded. Every day, every session. I can share your secrets with the world.
You wouldn't do that.
I saved you from being the runt of the litter. Half your life was built on us! You leave, you'll be just another SP on the D list. Another washed-up action hero next to Jean-Claude Van Damme and Chuck Norris. All it takes is one phone call.
Don't. Alright, please don't. Come on, you're my best friend, David. Hey, come on, let's go ride motorcycles together, huh?
You're not a very big thinker, are you, Tom? But you're a good soldier. Now tell me what's right around the corner. I said, what's right around the corner, Tom?
Deadline. Earth.
Good. Go open your movie. Save the world. It's all gonna end soon.
None of this is true.
And now, a completely broken Tom Cruise travels around the globe promoting his new action film. He is the shell of a man, riding in a limousine with his sister, Leanne DeVette.
Where are we?
Dubai. We open tonight, Dubai.
Sand City. I remember this. It's the end of the world and I'm lost in the desert.
What are you talking about?
Dad. It's all wires. We're all snips. Wires.
This is not how it's supposed to end. It's too depressing. It's supposed to be a comedy show. The closest you'll ever get to the truth is a follow-up interview with Tom Cruise and Oprah in Telluride. It was in March of 2008, 3 years after Tom jumped the couch.
I wanted to interview you away from all the craziness of the studio audience.
Oh, come on. You were egging me on.
I was not egging you on.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Everything got crazy with Katie. You had the Brooke Shields thing, the Matt Lauer thing, the wedding. Do you regret any of it?
Some of it. The Brooke Shields thing. We're friends, you know, and it came out wrong. Plus, I was under a lot of pressure, and there's the internet now, and things get edited and re-edited. And okay, some of it's very funny. But it's hard to lead a private life.
And when you jumped on the couch, it was the last episode of the season, and I remember thinking, wow, I have never seen Tom Cruise like this before. You're normally so controlled, and it just became this brouhaha.
It's just how I felt. You know, it was a moment.
If you had to do it again, would you still jump on the couch?
I would. I don't know. I mean, I probably would, just because that's how I felt inside.
And with Nicole Kidman, I read somewhere that she's been pushed out of the children's lives because of what the Church of Scientology says about her. That she's an SP, a suppressive person. It's what I read, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so true, not true?
No, that's ridiculous.
You know, he's just gonna keep on
You're
lying.
going to keep on lying. I can end this any way I want to. On November 17th, 2013, Brandon Osborne escorts Maureen Orthodox. Come back.
My book is available on Amazon.com.
A settlement was reached within 10 days of the divorce. Contractual and prenuptial information about the multi-million-dollar personal and real estate assets of the couple were sealed by the New York court. So nobody knows anything.
I'm happy for my daughter and for my family.
Tom is pleased that we got here, and so am I.
Following Katie Holmes' very public handling of the divorce, her fashion sales skyrocketed. For the first time, Holmes & Yang was featured at New York Fashion Week in September of 2012.
And expect every editor to be at the 2013 Holmes & Yang preview.
I don't like pain, but the fajitas that I make would probably make you cry.
When he's not in court, Burt Fields hosts fajita parties in Los Angeles.
We have all sorts of famous guests. Dustin Hoffman, Mel Brooks, Ariana Huffington, that guy Rob Minkoff. He directed The Lion King. I can't tell you what we talk about, but I can tell you that we drink very good wine.
Steven Spielberg is in the midst of many projects, including producing a new Jurassic Park.
I love Tom Cruise. He's a gifted actor and producer. But it's like I told Shia LaBeouf when he spoke poorly about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. You know, there's a time to be a human being and have an opinion, and well, there's a time to sell cars.
Nazanin Boniadi left the Church of Scientology in 2010. She became a regular guest star on How I Met Your Mother and Homeland, and the official spokesperson for Amnesty International.
If I can do anything to help spread freedom, then I'll know that I've done good. No organization, religious or political, should ever have control over you.
David Miscavige continues to run the Church of Scientology.
There are disgruntled apostates in every religion. They spread lies to make a name for themselves, and they keep telling the same stories. But that's not going to stop us from saving the planet. We've got new ideal orgs going up in Cincinnati, Pasadena, Orange County, Moscow, and Melbourne. No and no. I'm going to strangle you right here in front of everyone.
His wife, Shelley Miscavige, has not been seen in public since 2007.
She's fine. You know, you wake up early and you work all day.
Martin Joseph Holmes continues to run his law practice with his son Marty Jr. in Toledo.
That's the secret to success. And believe me, they will remember the Holmes name means quality!
Dad, are you talking about my acting, the fashion line, or your law practice?
Hey, is Josh Hartnett call back in?
Dad, please, you have to stop calling him!
Hello?
Following the divorce, Katie Holmes began rehearsals for Dead Accounts on Broadway.
Are you nervous?
I'm having trouble sleeping. I think about how serious it all is. I think about the cost of tickets. I think to myself, you better do a good job. People are paying a lot of money. You want to know your stuff.
Dead Accounts closed 7 weeks early. Katie Holmes also became the first celebrity face of Bobbi Brown Cosmetics.
Hi, I'm Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks was recently voted the most trusted person in America.
Go back and watch Forrest Gump again. That shit holds up.
I'll probably die at my desk.
At age 90, Sumner Redstone continues to chair and control dozens of companies, including Viacom, Paramount, CBS, BET, MTV, Comedy Central, and MovieTickets.com.
Tom and I, we made amends. You know, he was grateful I put my foot down. Listen to me. Tom Cruise was the first of his kind. You know what? He was the last of his kind, too. When people said it was crazy to fly around the world promoting a movie, he didn't listen. He felt it was important, and it worked. He became the model for an international superstar. And sure, maybe his light is fading, but everybody's light is fading. So, democratize with the internet, or I'll just buffalo, I guess. You know, just kind of holding on. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, you cross me, I will rip your asshole open!
At the very end of that Oprah follow-up interview, Tom Cruise takes her on a snowmobile ride across his property and Telluride.
Oh, this is nice. This is beautiful. I can see how it all happened with Katie.
Yeah.
I can see how it all started with Katie.
Tom parks a snowmobile at the edge of this wooded area, and he and Oprah walk out to this peak overlooking the Colorado mountains.
Oh my goodness. This was worth the trip. Thank you. This was worth the trip. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. You know what I wish for you? I wish for you the peace that this mountain can bring. I wish for you all of this that this has to offer. I wish this for you. I really do. Thank you. This is unbelievable.